Hive. I have the longest legs in the world. The story of being different, breaking records, and learning to love what makes you unique. Asterisk. What would you do if I told you that something people once made fun of you for could eventually become the very thing that made you famous? What if the feature that made you feel different at school became the reason your name was written into the Guinness World Records? And what if, one day, you discovered that you didn't just have long legs, asterisk, you had the longest legs in the world? That is my story. I officially hold the asterisk Guinness World Records title for the longest legs. My left leg measures asterisk 132 centimeters asterisk, and my right leg measures asterisk 132 2 centimeters asterisk. When you hear those numbers, they might sound like just measurements. 132 centimeters, 132 to 2 centimeters. But for me, those numbers represent something much bigger. They represent my childhood. They represent the moments when I felt different. They represent the people who laughed at me. They represent the challenges I had to deal with. They represent basketball. They represent my dream of becoming a model. And most importantly, they represent the moment when I stopped thinking of my height and my legs as something I needed to hide, and started seeing them as something that made me special. The moment everything changed. When I first found out that I had received the Guinness World Records title for the longest legs, I was incredibly excited. Actually, excited might not even be the right word. I was shocked. I was overwhelmed. I could hardly believe it. And there is one detail about that moment that I will probably never forget. I was driving a car when I heard the news. And when I found out that I had officially received the title, I became so excited that I almost crashed. Of course, today I can laugh about it. But at that moment, it was an incredible feeling. Imagine spending so much time dreaming about something. Imagine wondering what it would feel like if you actually achieved it. And then, suddenly, someone tells you, you did it. You are officially a Guinness World Records holder. There are some moments in life that you remember forever. Your first day at school, your first big victory, your first job, the moment you fall in love, the moment you achieve something you thought might be impossible. For me, this was one of those moments. I had wanted those titles so much. So hearing the news was an unbelievable experience. And yes, I was very, very happy. What is it like to have the longest legs in the world? People often ask me, what is so good about having the longest legs in the world? Well, there are several answers. First of all, I think long legs are asterisk really, really beautiful. That is simply my opinion. Everyone has different ideas about beauty. Some people like short hair. Some people like long hair. Some people are tall. Some people are short. Some people have very unusual features. And some people have features that make them stand out immediately. For me, my legs are one of those features. And now, knowing that they are officially the longest legs in the world makes them even more special. There is also something else. Being a Guinness World Records holder is incredibly prestigious. It is not just something you can casually claim. There is an official process. There are measurements. There are rules. There is verification. And when you finally receive the title, you know that you have achieved something that very few people in the world can say they have achieved. I can literally say, I have the longest legs in the world. How many people can say that? Probably not many, and that makes the title incredibly meaningful to me. Yes, I can walk fast. There are also some funny advantages to having very long legs. For example, asterisk, I can walk much faster than many other people. If you have long legs, you naturally have a longer stride. That means that when I take a step, I can cover a lot of distance. Sometimes people are walking beside me, and I have to slow down, because otherwise I will leave them behind without even trying. It can be funny, so one might say, wait for me. And I'm thinking, I'm not even walking fast, but my legs are doing the work. There is also another thing people sometimes mention. I think a lot of men really like long legs, so if you combine that with having the longest legs in the world,
well, wow.
That certainly makes things interesting. But, for me, the most important thing isn't attention. The most important thing is confidence. Because when I was younger, I didn't always feel confident about my height, and that is something I want people to understand. Just because something about you is unusual doesn't mean you will automatically feel proud of it. Sometimes you have to go through a journey before you learn to appreciate yourself. Legs, and basketball. My long legs have also played a very important role in my professional life. Before modeling became my profession, I was a professional basketball player. And when you play basketball, being tall can be a huge advantage. Long arms, long legs, a high reach, a large stride. All of these things can help you on the basketball court. I played basketball at a very professional level, and I was fortunate enough to win a bronze medal at the Olympic Games. That is something I will always be proud of. Standing on an Olympic podium is an incredible experience. Think about how many athletes around the world dream of going to the Olympics, how many people train for years, how many sacrifices they make, how many hours they spend practicing, how many times they fail, how many injuries they overcome, how many mornings they wake up when they don't feel like training. But they train anyway. The Olympics are not just about talent. They are about discipline, they are about commitment, they are about patience, and they are about believing in yourself. Being able to win an Olympic bronze medal was an important part of my life. Basketball wasn't just a sport to me, it was a huge part of who I was. It gave me experiences. It gave me discipline. It gave me memories. It introduced me to people. And it taught me how to compete. Most importantly, it taught me that big achievements don't happen overnight. They happen one day at a time, one practice at a time, one difficult moment at a time. Leaving basketball, but eventually, I had to make a difficult decision. I had to leave basketball, and that wasn't easy. When you spend a large part of your life doing something, it becomes part of your identity. You don't simply say, "I'm a basketball player." You begin to feel, "This is who I am." So when you stop, you can feel like you're losing a part of yourself. I think many people experience this. Maybe you leave a job you've had for years. Maybe you graduate from school. Maybe you move to another country. Maybe you stop playing a sport. Maybe you leave a relationship. Maybe you change your career. Even when the change is positive, it can still be painful. Because you're leaving something familiar. You're entering something unknown. That is exactly how I felt when I left basketball. It had been an important part of my life. And I knew that I would miss it. But sometimes life has a way of closing one door, because another door is waiting. And eventually, I discovered that my next chapter had been waiting for me for a very long time. My dream since I was 15. My next dream was not something I suddenly invented, it was something I had wanted since I was * 15 years old. I wanted to become a professional model. For years, that dream was somewhere inside me, but having a dream and actually pursuing it are two completely different things. It is easy to say, one day, I want to become a model. One day, I want to start a business. One day, I want to travel the world. One day, I want to become successful. But eventually, one day has to become * today. You have to take the first step. For me, that meant entering the modeling world. I had been working as a model for around a year when I decided to apply for the Guinness World Records title of * tallest professional model. And once again, I found myself chasing a world record. This time, the record wasn't about my legs, it was about my height. My height is * 2 meters and 5.16 centimeters *. And when I received the title, I was incredibly happy. It felt like another confirmation that the thing that made me different could also make me powerful. From being teased to break records. But here is the part of my story that matters most to me. When I was younger, being tall wasn't always something I celebrated. In fact, sometimes it was something I wanted to hide. At school, some boys teased me. Girls teased me too. People noticed that I was different. And children can sometimes be cruel when they see something unusual. They might not understand how deeply their words can affect someone. They might think, it's just a joke, but the person hearing those words might remember them for years. Maybe someone says, "You're too tall." Maybe someone laughs. Maybe someone makes a comment about your body. Maybe someone points at you. Maybe someone makes you feel like you don't belong. And slowly, you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? But eventually I realized something very important. There was never anything wrong with me. I was simply different. And different is not the same as wrong. Being different is not a weakness. I think this is one of the most important lessons I have learned. We often live in a world where people are encouraged to fit in, wear the same things, look the same, act the same, talk the same, have the same goals, follow the same trends. But humans were never designed to be identical. Imagine if every person in the world looked exactly the same. Imagine if everyone had the same height, the same face, the same hair, the same personality, the same lessons, the same dreams. The world would be incredibly boring. Our differences are what make us interesting. Your height might be different. Your skin might be different. Your hair might be different. Your voice might be different. Your personality might be different. Your background might be different. Your dreams might be different, and that is okay. Actually, that can be your greatest advantage. The thing you are embarrassed about, sometimes the thing you are most embarrassed about when you're young becomes the thing you are most proud of later. Think about that, the thing you wish you could change. The thing you wish people wouldn't notice, the thing you think makes you strange, could one day become the reason people remember you. For me, it was my height and my legs. When I was younger, people teased me because I was tall. Today, people recognize me because I am tall. When I was younger, standing out could feel uncomfortable. Today, standing out is part of my career. When I was younger, I wanted to fit in. Today, I understand that I don't need to fit in, I need to be myself. And that is a powerful transformation. What does it feel like to hold a world record? People sometimes ask, what does it feel like to have the longest legs in the world? The honest answer is, it is difficult to explain. It is not something I walk around thinking about every second. I don't wake up every morning and say, wow, I have the longest legs in the world. I am still just me. I wake up, I eat, I work, I meet people. I travel, I have normal days. I have difficult days. I have happy days. I have stressful days. Having a world record doesn't make you stop being human. But somewhere inside, there is a special feeling, a quiet feeling. A feeling that says, I achieved something I really wanted. And that feeling is incredibly valuable. The challenges of having long legs. Of course, there are some disadvantages too. Having extremely long legs sounds amazing until you have to find clothes. Then reality arrives. Finding trousers can be difficult. Finding jeans can be difficult. Finding clothes that are long enough can be difficult. Sometimes the waist fits perfectly, but the legs are too short. Or the legs are long enough, but the waist doesn't fit. And you start thinking, why can't they just make jeans for people like me? Airplanes are another challenge. Fitting into an airplane seat can be difficult, especially when you don't have an emergency exit seat. There simply isn't always enough space. Your knees can feel like they're trying to become part of the seat in front of you. And then there are cars. Getting into a car can be a challenge too. Sometimes, you have to carefully position your legs. Sometimes the seat needs to go all the way back. Sometimes the car simply isn't designed for someone with my proportions. But I've learned to laugh about these things. Because every unusual advantage comes with an unusual challenge. My childhood experience. When you're a teenager, however, you don't always see things that way. When I was young, I didn't think, one day, my height will become a world record. I thought, why am I so different? That's a very different feeling. Teenagers want to belong. They want friends. They want acceptance. They want to feel normal. And when you're constantly reminded that you're different, it can affect your confidence. People don't always realize how powerful teasing can be. A single comment might take 2 seconds to say, but the person who hears it might remember it for 10 years. That's why I believe we should be careful about how we treat other people. You never know what someone is going through. You never know what insecurity they are carrying. Never know whether your joke will make them laugh or make them cry when they get home. The importance of confidence. Today, I am confident. But confidence didn't simply appear one morning. Confidence is something I developed over time. I learned to accept myself, I learned to stop comparing myself to other people. I learned that I don't need everyone's approval. And I learned that the people who truly matter will accept me for who I am. That is something I want young people to understand. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to think you're beautiful. I don't need everyone to agree with your choices. You need to know who you are, and you need to be comfortable with that person. Because at the end of the day, the person you spend the most time with is yourself. So you should learn to like yourself. You should learn to respect yourself, and you should learn to believe in yourself. Why I wanted the world record. I wanted the Guinness World Records titles very much. It wasn't just about becoming famous. It wasn't just about having something interesting to say. It wasn't just about seeing my name in a record book. For me, the records represented something deeper. They represented acceptance. They represented achievement. They represented turning something unusual into something positive. They represented taking a feature that had once made me feel uncomfortable and celebrating it. When I received the title for the longest legs, I wasn't just thinking about measurements. I was thinking about my journey. I was thinking about the girl who had once been teased at school. I was thinking about the teenager who sometimes felt uncomfortable standing out. I was thinking about the athlete who played professional basketball. I was thinking about the young woman who dreamed about modeling. And I was thinking about the person I had become. A record is more than a number. People often think of world records as numbers. The fastest, the tallest, the longest, the heaviest, the largest, the smallest. But behind every record there is a person, and behind every person there is a story. My record is 132 centimeters on one leg, and 132 centimeters on the other. But those numbers don't tell you about my childhood. They don't tell you about basketball. They don't tell you about the teasing. They don't tell you about my dream of becoming a model. They don't tell you about the challenges of finding clothes. They don't tell you about sitting on airplanes. They don't tell you about learning confidence. They don't tell you how happy I was when I received the news. Numbers are important, but stories give numbers meaning. Dat my Olympic experience. Winning a bronze medal at the Olympic Games was another incredible chapter of my life. The Olympics represent something very special. Athletes from different countries, different cultures, different languages, different backgrounds, all coming together to compete. But every athlete has something in common. They all had to work incredibly hard to get there. Nobody simply wakes up one morning and becomes an Olympic medalist. There are years of training behind it. There are sacrifices. There are disappointments. There are victories. There are injuries. There are moments when you wonder whether you are good enough. And there are moments when you have to tell yourself, keep going. Basketball taught me that. It taught me that success requires consistency. You can't train once and expect to become a professional. You can't practice for 1 week and expect an Olympic medal. You can't work on your dream only when you feel motivated. You have to continue even when motivation disappears. That lesson has stayed with me. Leaving one dream to follow another. Sometimes people think that changing careers means you failed. I don't believe that. Sometimes changing direction is exactly what you are supposed to do. My basketball career was important. It gave me unforgettable memories, but eventually, I knew it was time for something new. And that new chapter was modeling. I had dreamed about becoming a model since I was 15, so when I finally had the opportunity to pursue it, seriously, I took it. That taught me another lesson. It is never too late to change your direction. Maybe you spent 10 years doing one thing. That doesn't mean you have to spend the next 10 years doing the same thing. Maybe you studied something and discovered that you don't love it. Maybe you started a career and realized you want something different. Maybe you have a dream you've been ignoring for years. If you have the opportunity, give yourself permission to explore it. The dream that weighed. My dream of modeling didn't disappear while I was playing basketball. It simply waited. Sometimes our dreams do that. They wait quietly. We become busy. We get older. We become responsible. We start worrying about money. We worry about what other people will say. We convince ourselves that our dream is unrealistic. And eventually we say, Maybe someday, but someday can become years, and years can become decades. That's why I believe that if you have a dream, you should at least try. You don't have to know exactly how it will work. You don't have to know where you'll end up, you simply have to take the first step. I took mine and it led me to modeling, then it led me to a Guinness World Records title, and then another. Vod the tallest professional mortal. After working as a model for around a year, I decided to apply for the Guinness World Records title of tallest professional model. Again, there was excitement, there was uncertainty, and again, there was that feeling of, what if I actually get it? Then I did. My official height is **2 meters and 5.16 centimeters **. And receiving that title was an incredible moment. I now had 2 Guinness World Records titles connected to the things that made me stand out.